What if I told you one of the most trusted family SUVs on the planet is about to get smarter, cleaner, and more premium than ever? Today on DriveZone Meter, we're diving deep into the all-new 2026 Toyota Highlander, a three-row SUV that isn't trying to be flashy or wild, but instead wants to absolutely dominate where it matters most: comfort, efficiency, technology, and long-term reliability. In a world full of bold redesigns and performance hype, Toyota is playing a very calculated game here, and families are the real winners. So buckle up, because by the end of this review, you'll know exactly whether the new Highlander still deserves a spot at the top of your shopping list, especially when stacked up against rivals like the Honda Pilot, Kia Telluride, and Mazda CX-90. Let's start by walking around to the backside of the 2026 Highlander. Toyota is expected to keep things clean and refined rather than aggressive. Around the rear, the design looks smoother and more modern, with slimmer LED taillights stretching wider across the tailgate to give the SUV a planted stance. The bumper design is more sculpted, and subtle chrome or gloss black accents depending on trim add a premium touch without going overboard. This isn't a look-at-me rear end like you might see on the Telluride, but it feels mature, upscale, and very Toyota, built to age well over the next decade. The power tailgate is expected to be standard or widely available, making grocery runs and family road trips easier than ever. Now shifting over to the left side, this is where the Highlander's balanced proportions really shine. Toyota isn't dramatically changing the size, and that's intentional. With the larger Grand Highlander already handling buyers who want maximum space, the standard Highlander stays perfectly sized for everyday family use. Along the side profile, you'll notice smoother body lines, a slightly more aerodynamic roofline, and updated wheel designs that range from practical to genuinely stylish on higher trims. Compared to the boxier Honda Pilot, the Highlander looks more refined, while still offering better visual balance than some of the overly curvy rivals. Roof rails remain available for families who love road trips, bikes, or rooftop cargo boxes. Moving across to the right side, the design continues that same clean and confident theme. Toyota is clearly prioritizing visibility, ease of entry, and day-to-day usability. Wide-opening doors make loading kids, car seats, or cargo much easier, and the ride height feels just right, not too tall, not too low. This is where the Highlander separates itself from sportier options like the Mazda CX-90. While Mazda leans toward driving excitement, Toyota is focused on stress-free ownership and comfort. The Highlander feels like the SUV you can live with every single day without thinking twice. Step inside, and the interior is where the 2026 Highlander really steps into a new era. Toyota is expected to make a major leap in cabin technology and materials. Front and center is a much larger touchscreen, finally replacing the smaller displays of the outgoing model. The interface looks cleaner, faster, and more intuitive, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto becoming standard. Behind the steering wheel, a fully digital driver display gives you customizable views for navigation, efficiency data, and safety alerts. Compared to older Highlanders, this feels like a huge upgrade, and it finally brings Toyota in line with what competitors like Kia and Mazda are already offering. Material quality is also expected to improve across the board. Softer touch surfaces, cleaner dashboard design, and better seat comfort make the cabin feel more premium, especially on mid and upper trims. Higher trims should offer features like a head-up display, premium audio, ambient lighting, and ventilated seats. The second row remains a strong point, with generous legroom and either captain's chairs or a bench seat, making it perfect for families. The third row, as expected, is best for kids or shorter trips, which is pretty typical in this segment. Fold it down, and you get a very usable cargo area for strollers, luggage, or weekend projects. Now let's talk about what's under the hood, because the engine and powertrain strategy is one of the biggest talking points for the 2026 Highlander. Toyota is expected to go all-in on hybrid power, making a hybrid system standard across the lineup. The familiar setup combines a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine with electric motors, producing a total of 243 horsepower. This system has already proven itself to be smooth, quiet, and incredibly efficient. In real-world driving, it's perfect for families who want strong fuel economy without giving up space or comfort. All-wheel drive is also expected to be standard, giving extra confidence in rain, snow, or rough roads. But that might not be the only option. There's strong speculation that Toyota could offer a more powerful hybrid at the top of the lineup. similar to what we see in the Grand Highlander Hybrid Max. That system uses a turbocharged 2.4-liter engine paired with electric assistance to produce a massive 362 horsepower. If this makes its way into the Highlander, it would completely change how this SUV feels on the road. Quicker acceleration, stronger towing confidence, and a more effortless driving experience when fully loaded with passengers. This would put the Highlander closer to performance-focused rivals while still maintaining Toyota's efficiency advantage. There's also growing excitement around the possibility of a plug-in hybrid version. Toyota already has this technology in other models, and applying it to the Highlander would be a game-changer. Imagine doing your daily school runs or work commute on electric power alone, then switching seamlessly to gasoline for long road trips. If Toyota goes this route, it would give the Highlander a serious edge in a market that's rapidly moving toward electrification. So let's talk price, because this is where opinions will be divided. With a hybrid-only strategy, the entry price is expected to rise. Current estimates suggest a starting price around $49,000 in the United States. Yes, that's higher than older gasoline versions, but when you compare it directly to the outgoing Highlander hybrid, the increase feels more reasonable. Toyota seems to be positioning the 2026 Highlander as a more premium family SUV, one that justifies its price with better tech, better efficiency, and stronger long-term value. Against rivals like the Telluride and Pilot, pricing will be competitive, especially when you factor in fuel savings over time. So what's the final verdict? The 2026 Toyota Highlander isn't trying to reinvent the wheel, and that's exactly why it works. Toyota is doubling down on what families actually care about: comfort, efficiency, safety, technology, and reliability. While some competitors focus on bold styling or sporty handling, the Highlander focuses on being the SUV you can trust for years without headaches. With a refined design, upgraded interior tech, a hybrid-focused lineup, and potential high-performance or plug-in options, the Highlander remains one of the smartest choices in the three-row SUV segment. If you're shopping for a family SUV and want something that balances modern features with proven dependability, the 2026 Highlander absolutely deserves your attention. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow DriveZone Meter for more in-depth car reviews, comparisons, and the latest automotive updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.